We are here. Pleasant good morning. Greetings to you. Those of you who are hanging out with us in the midday hours, we are here for you. We're just getting started with our YouTube and Facebook broadcast, but we've been here the whole time since 10 to 2 every day. You can find us here on Tinasha Gray Show. You are invited to come into the Wellness Junction on a daily basis. We inspire, educate, and empower you to live your best lives. We're talking about, yes, professionally and personally, because we recognize that you are a being, a tripartite being that God has created, and He placed you in a garden. Woo! I'm so excited to even imagine that when God created us, He placed Adam in a garden. Can you think about that? Dr. Curtis is here with me, Dr. Curtis Minter. He is the host of Power in Names. He stays true to his calling. Let's talk about it, Dr. Curtis. Welcome in, sir.
Yeah, you was talking about Adam in the garden. I mean, whoo, mercy. Could you imagine? It reminds me like when I've been on some mission trips up in Jamaica. They just walk out their front yard, reach up in the tree and get some breadfruit, and then and then they would take the aki when it opened up, because that would release the poison, and then they could cook it right, and then their special dish was aki and swordfish, and the aki was almost like it looked like scrambled eggs, and so it just really neat, because Adam, he could just I need a banana. All right. I need an apple. All right.
Right.
I need a fig. It's just right there. And I think we kind of got away from exploring some of that fresh fruit. We go this process route and all that kind of stuff. But we need to pull that out our basket and get some good stuff in our basket. Yeah.
Talking about fruit, there's so many different ones. I don't know if anyone have gone to a world market lately, but it's nowadays it's like a museum. It's a place that you can go and just explore.
Right.
You can find fruits and vegetables and herbs from all over the world. Have you gone to any world market lately?
Well, just the other day, I took my boys. We drove through the farmers market right there in Forest Park, and they go, "Oh my goodness!" I said, see, they had the oranges and they had all kind of vegetables and fruits and stuff, and I just wanted to show them what it looked like, and it was like they were amazed. So we did a little adventure in the farmers food market. Now that reminds me of a story back in the day at the Cab Farmers Market. I was messing around. You had you had Laotians, you got Cambodians, you got Hispanic, you got all kind of different nationalities. And I was kidding with the youth director that I was with, because we were there to get watermelons, and I was going up to the counter and I said, Brother Rich, these are the biggest cucumbers I've ever saw. And they said, no, they're not cucumbers. They're one. And it was just so funny how the different languages and stuff like that, because I was sitting there just making a joke, but it was fun.
It is fun. It is fun, to go into different cultures. And I'm not saying that you need to leave and go anywhere else, but maybe down to the local marketplace, that you could start there. Or you can just find a world market that's close to you.
Right.
And find that there are some fruits and vegetables that people we haven't even tried.
Right.
And it's in season, one. If it's in season, why not try it now? It's obviously fresh. It's not frozen. It's not processed. Why not try it now? Right?
That's right.
And so I really do want to emphasize that on this 30th day of our journey, as we talk about exploring and basking in nature, I want you to put that down as one of the things that you will do before the end of this year or the end of the season. Try the fruits that are in season now. I remember going to the same market that you're talking about,
Right.
the Cobb Farmers Market, and looking for mangoes, like Haitian mangoes.
Right. Right. Right.
They're not in season, but when they're in season, you bet I'm that's all I want,
Right. Right. Right.
because there are times when things are not in season, but if it is, then now is the time to enjoy it. Now is the time to freeze it if you want to, if you like it a lot. Now is the time to just indulge in it. It's like that particular mango is like the best dessert ever.
Right. Right. Even when I was in Jamaica, that's when I really first got a hold of the mango. And then they had this big old fruit. They call it a jackfruit.
Jackfruit,
Jackfruit.
yeah.
And it was just kind of interesting. But now I loved it when they skim me up, or they take a pole and knock the coconut
Of
down,
the
and then
tree.
then they just take it and open it up and stick a straw in it. I mean, oh, that coconut water. I meant to
Yeah.
bring one today, a
Oh, that would have
canned
been
coconut water, but
great.
man,
Yeah, we have coconut waters here.
yeah, coconut water. Whoo, mercy.
Yes, that is an island thing. And for those who are from the islands, that is a normal, everyday thing. You have a glass of coconut water every day. And what you were talking about, the ackee and
Right,
saltfish,
right,
that is a Jamaican thing, which I can't tell you that I could make it,
right,
but the saltfish.
right,
The
right,
salted fish, which is really codfish that is salted and preserved, that is one of the most interesting things I've ever tasted. And even though I give up meats of all kinds and still eat some fish, that is one thing that stays.
right, right, right.
Yeah, I've gotten permission from God to keep salt fish.
Now I have a spiritual moment just for a second, but if I'm pronouncing it right, the aki,
Hmm.
you know, when it's closed up, it's poison. And then,
Hmm.
when it opens up, it lets the poison out, where you can actually pick it, however they get it, and then prepare it. So I used that as an illustration one night when I was preaching a revival in Jamaica. And I said, when we're closed up and we haven't accepted Christ, we're poison. And
Hmm.
but when we open up and we let the poison out, then we let Jesus in, and boy, they went ballistic over that
Hmm.
illustration. But
Because it's good. It's practical. It is true. Accepting Jesus really opens you up to understand that you can be like tasty and good for nourishment, good for feeding others, good for sharing, because you have something good and something sweet to offer now.
so many times in the Christian realm, everybody looks at the rules, the do's and the don'ts, but truly as a believer, that's where we need to really open up and explore, not the bad things, but to get out there and, not only with the food, but places. And, it's just like, I like to go to the beach and sit on the beach and get in the right spot where the sand is just wet enough, just dry enough, and build a sand castle. I call it sand therapy, and I could sit there for hours and just work on just using my hands and stuff, and build really pretty neat sand castles.
Okay.
Man, and it's just, sitting there and taking the patience and enjoying that nature, and you're listening to the waves and stuff. And of course, I can't do it too long because I go get wet and then come back. And so it's neat.
Well, the waves are a special place. That is
Yes.
some place that I think only God could have created, to be able to have such a tranquil place like the ocean. Most people love the ocean. I can't say everyone, but
Right,
most
right,
people
right.
love something about it, right? Some people may not want to go in the water, but they love being on the shoreline.
Yes, yes.
Some may want to have an ocean view, just to view the water. Most people like something about the ocean.
And I'm telling
Yeah.
it on myself again. I'm from Atlanta, and of course I like the water and learned how to water ski and all that kind of stuff. I took my ministry job as a youth pastor in Gulfport, Mississippi. And Monday was my day off. And I borrowed a little pontoon boat from one of the deacons. Didn't have no engine. It just had a little paddle. And, I took it down and I got into the Gulf, but I did not know anything about the current. It was in February. It carried me out 8 miles,
Wow.
8 hours. And when the Coast Guard, they was about to give up looking in 5 minutes, but then they almost ran over me. But they said if I did not have a strong enough wheel, I would have died of hypothermia. And I didn't know. I didn't know about the current. When I started going out, I said, well, let me start rowing back in, and it just wasn't getting nowhere. And the waves got about 4 feet tall or whatever. But so you're hearing a man right now, truly a dead man, because that's one of the instances that I should have been killed, but God had a purpose for me. But I was carried out 8 miles, 8 hours into the Gulf of Mexico by the current.
What a miracle. That is truly a testimony. And obviously, God had more work for you to do. You weren't finished yet.
But that was the coldest I ever been, because when they got me in their little pontoon boat and pulled me back towards the Coast Guard ship and got in the Coast Guard ship, that time right there, it took about 4 hours for me to thaw out to get back to my natural body temperature.
Wow.
It was, and I didn't realize how cold I was, because, we were going against the wind, and then, it started setting in, and then as I started warming up, and so that night the church had a revival, and I was missing. So the next night the choir opened up and they started singing, row, row, row your boat gently, and laughing at us. But, it is all fun and games then, but it was a serious moment.
That is serious, because while that is such a beautiful natural resource and a place for people to heal, it can be acting like a terrorist at times.
Right.
Yeah. A lot of people are scared because, too, they've had a bad experience with the water. So they'll stay further back and admire it from a distance.
And really, even if you're a good swimmer, you have to be careful for the undercurrent of the ocean and stuff. So in other words, we have to respect nature, but we need to dive into nature and explore some things. But, we have to go by the rules.
Absolutely. Now, you heard Dr. Curtis, right? Stay by the rules, go by the rules, and follow. So you won't have any bad experiences that can really shape your life or end your life. We'll be back right here on 106 Live Radio, simply talking about basking and exploring nature. We'll be back shortly.
Broadcasting live from Atlanta, while serving the entire globe. It's the fastest growing radio on the web. It's 106liveradio.com.
150 over 90.
180 over 111.
160 over 110. I had a stroke.
Your blood pressure numbers could change your life. Lowering them could save you from having a stroke. If you've stopped your treatment plan, restart it or talk to your doctor about creating one that works better for you. Start taking the right steps at manageyourbp.org.
Now I'm, trying to get better, stronger than ever.
Right thinking, right living. How's your thinking today? Are you focused on the world's current situation and worried about the future? Or have you decided to keep hope alive? No matter how awful things appear, I hope you're determined to stand your ground, stay in faith, and keep trusting God. I hope you've decided to not dwell on negative thoughts, but to fill your mind and heart with positive things. If you need help today, contact us at Journey to Hope LLC, located at 4343 Shallowfoot Road, Suite 410, Marietta, Georgia, 30062, or call us at 470-377-1738. We can also be reached at our website at www.journeytohopellc.com.
Hey, hon, what you doing with your phone?
Do flowers have best friends?
I don't know.
Hey, look. Whoa.
Some answers can only be found in nature. Discover the unsearchable. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a trail near you. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Youth with a Mission Caribbean Partners, Inc. Wayne and Cheryl Mitchell with Youth with a Mission, YWAM, Grenada, exists for you to experience Christ-like transformation in your life, our community, and the nations. This is an informational message to let you know your missionaries need your spiritual and financial gifts. YWAM helps each person to learn how God has equipped them to minister in the local church and in their daily life. Thank you for your support. Your donation makes a difference. Our mission is to establish the kingdom of God through the equipping of young believers in church planting among the nations. If you would like more information on some of the ministries and staff in Grenada, contact Wayne and Cheryl by emailing charmich@gmail.com or visit their website at www.ywamgrenada.org.
Get it? Is it safe? It's okay to have questions about COVID-19 vaccines. Now get the facts. Visit getvaccineanswers.org so you can make an informed decision when COVID-19 vaccines are available to you. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
This is Reese B., a student of Atlanta Metropolitan State College, bringing awareness to bleeding disorders. So let's take the opportunity for our community to band together and spread the word about the issues that affect nearly 3 million individuals annually. With a disorder such as von Willebrand disease and hemophilia, during Bleeding Disorders Awareness Month, we invite members, families, and supporters of the bleeding disorder community to join us in educating and raising critical awareness and funds to improve the lives of those diagnosed with the bleeding disorder.
Source of Wellness Ministries presents the Epic Marriage Conference. With excitement and passion, you can expect and prepare for a dynamic session packed with inspiring, educational, and empowering content from authors, inspirational speakers, and marriage advocates. Jason and Tinasha Gray. To increase your foundations of intimacy, passion, and commitment in your marriage, book them for your upcoming seminar, workshop, or conference. For more, visit sourceofwellness.org or email them at info@sourceofwellness.org.
COVID-19 has changed the way we do everything. If you have a product or service, if you own a business, 106 Live Radio is the place for you. We've got some options for you, whether it's interviews, whether it's advertising, whether it's just sharing with our listening audience what it is you do. Please contact us at advertise@106 Live Radio, and we will give you the options that will best serve you. Don't let COVID-19 destroy your business or entity. There's hope. Give us a call.
Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and be sure to tell everyone else,
ladies and gentlemen,
about 106liveradio.com. Download the 106 Live Radio app from your Google Play Store. Or find us on the TuneIn app.
This discussion is made possible through the Source of Wellness Ministries,
a ministry designed to promote balance between soul, spirit, body connection. At Source of Wellness, we believe optimum wellness is achievable. We encourage you to experience the difference with connection to the source.
As wellness enthusiasts, our focus is to live a well-balanced life that pleases the Lord Jesus Christ. A well-balanced life gives you direction. It keeps you on the right path that ultimately leads you to the fulfillment of your divine calling.
Our mission at Source of Wellness Ministries is to facilitate comfort, coach through wellness education, and empower you to live well, move well, and be well.
To get more information and to learn more about our ministries, who we are, our beliefs, and mission, please visit us online at sourceofwellness.org. Please email us at info@sourceofwellness.org.
Our book series and written testimony are all available on Amazon.com. We pray that you are inspired to live a full and abundant life, to aspire to wholeness and your overall health.
The Tinasha Gray Radio Show puts faith-based inspiration, education, and empowerment in the middle of your day on 106liveradio.com, where excitement meets diversity 24/7.
We are back. We are back. We're talking about explore and bask in nature. There's one key I want to leave with you just to encourage you. If you do explore and you bask in nature, get involved with the full realm of nature, it will make you to be nicer. Studies show spending time outside makes you a nicer person. Learning to relate to yourself in the natural world versus your world makes you emphasize with others around you. And so, if you're housed up all the time, on the computer all the time, you're inside your job all the time, and you don't spend time to go out and walk a trail or to go fishing or take a adventure travel. Even sometimes just getting in your car and driving somewhere different, trying different foods, just explore. It will make you a nicer person. Sometimes we have the wrong attitude, or we're, besides ourselves, and some things are out of whack, maybe emotionally, maybe, just, a lot of things that's on our mind, or stress or whatever. But you can be relieved if you explore nature and get out there and see the leaves and see the grass, and sometimes just lay down on the grass out in your yard and smell the dirt a little bit. Don't mean that you got to get dirty all the time or whatever, but it will literally make you nicer. And that's our ultimate goal. We want to come off nice. We want to come off respectful. So hike the trail, walk, smell, taste, do something different. Hey, let the natural human being that you are explore nature. Just try it and give us a call. Give us a testimony when you do that. Yeah, that's what you need to do. This is just the point. Try it.
Download the 106 Live Radio app. Click on the headphones and choose 106 Inspiration. Your time of refreshing has come. Streaming live from Atlanta to a global audience on your favorite device. From Source of Wellness Media, we are 106inspiration.com.
The Tinasha Gray Radio Show on 106 Live Radio. Experience the difference.
You're making me a fighter. You're taking me higher. You're giving me the strength I need to believe life is worth living 'cause you love me. So many people up ahead of me, feels like I'll never see the finish line. I hear the voices of the enemy telling me I'll never see the other side. But it's not what they say, it's not what I do that defines who I am. I need your voice, I need your words to remind me again. You're making me a fighter. You're taking me higher. You're giving me the strength I need to believe life is worth living 'cause you love me. And that's enough. That's enough. You love me. You're enough. Enough for me. If you take away my abilities, I still know who I'm meant to be. I can overcome anything, 'cause your spirit is alive in me. Only your words can define who I am. I need your voice, I need your words to remind me again. You're making me a fighter, fighter. You're taking me higher, higher. You're giving me the strength I need to believe life is worth living 'cause you love me. And that's enough, that's enough, that's enough. You love me. You're enough, you're enough, you're enough for me. I am chosen and redeemed. Your love has set me free. You define my identity. Oh, I am seen and I am known. You call me as your own. You define my identity. You're making me a fighter, fighter. You're taking me higher, higher. You're giving me the strength I need to believe life is worth living 'cause you love me. That's enough, that's enough, that's enough. You love me. You're enough, you're enough, you're enough for me. And that's enough, that's enough for me. That's enough. You love me. You're enough. You're enough for me.
It's the Tinasha Gray Radio Show, brought to you by Source of Wellness Ministries, counseling and wellness education. Live well, move well, and be well.
Calling all wellness enthusiasts. Other champions have partnered with 106 Live Radio and the Tinasha Gray Show. Join us as we take the wellness journey to optimum health and wellness. As a team, we will lead and assist others in every way possible. Daily, you can expect us to inspire, educate, and empower you. We are on the journey to living a well-balanced life in Christ.
Tinasha Gray is on your radio. 106liveradio.com, where excitement meets diversity 24/7.
Welcome back. Welcome back to Tinasha Gray Show here on 106 Live Radio. We are enjoying the 30th day on this 40-day wellness journey. We hope you are enjoying whatever weather is in your neighborhood, whether it's hot, blazing sunlight, or if it's night, then we know, then you're on the other side of the world. And maybe it's a rainy day, probably cold where you are, or it's probably just very moderate temperature. Whatever you're enjoying, hey, you got to make the best of what you got. You know, we say take it and make some lemonade so that you can keep on going. Turn that desert into dessert, Dr. Curtis will say.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. You know, take everything that is stressed with ED on it, stressed. And you spell it backwards, you got dessert. So we're looking for those heavenly desserts, those wellness desserts. That's what we're looking for.
And as we converse about basking in nature, we want to really talk about this planet. God placed us right here. We ought to, I believe, conserve, preserve. We ought to cherish what God has given to us. And, again, when God placed us in the Garden of Eden, when he placed Adam, who is our we believe he was the first that God created, and out of Adam and Eve, everybody else originated. But because there must be a beginning, right? And we know that he placed him in the Garden of Eden. So as we read our scriptures and we believe that, we find, what did he place him there to do? That's a question that pops up. Well, I believe he placed him there to just be fruitful and multiply. That was the instruction.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then he also kind of kept the garden. So he had a work ethic to keep and till the garden. And but if you think about earth, look at that word earth. Right in the middle is ART. The earth is a art. God made the earth. Can you imagine?
Yeah, it creates.
Could you imagine if the earth axis was off just a little bit, or we was a little bit further from the sun, or too close to the sun? I mean, it would throw the balance of the earth off. I mean, ooh.
So wow, while we talk about that, we can't help but think about the source of environmental wellness. He is the source. And, the message came in yesterday. Yes, he is the source. And everything else is considered the resource.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
But while we live on earth, we are given the task, yes, to dominate the earth. And the earth's going to do its thing. Like Dr. Curtis said, it's going to create. It's going to, I want to say, embellish itself. It's going to make itself beautiful. Have you seen places that was abandoned, how it reclaims itself?
Oh, yeah.
It just comes right back and show itself strong that this is mine. Grass growing on concrete and everything.
And that's where you got to look at the word again, earth. The first three letters is EAR, ear. We got to listen to the earth. In other words, listen so much where we see things develop and how we can take care of this earth, because the trees gives off oxygen, and then some areas, it's like man's got to do their thing. They're building some, but keep some of the trees. Keep some of the trees.
True.
They want to clear out everything, so.
And if we keep some of the trees, that in itself is respect.
Yes.
And we're not disrespecting earth to like literally wipe every tree away. A lot of people want to have, huge fields of lawn and grass and everything else. There must be a preservation part that we think of preserving. We can't think of using everything, and abusing everything. We have to think of preserving some of it too.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's just like where our property is, there is a terrain where nobody can build on, and it keeps houses separate away from ours. And it's so neat because it's an area where you cannot, cut down the trees. You have to leave it as I don't know, I can't think of the word, but it's a reservoir where it's a protected area by nature. And so the earth is something.
It really is. But there are some great benefits that God gave us with the earth. While it came with instruction, it also came with rewards and benefits. That if we were to multiply what we have, and we were to do exactly what we're supposed to, like we're talking about preserving, conserving, not overusing, and we're not saying underuse either. Don't underutilize earth. Earth is here, and it is like a playground. So we want to go and enjoy it. They say when you go to where, I'm not sure where, but they say, I see signs when I'm walking on the trail. Take memories.
Yes.
Right? Don't cut down the trees, and take a plant with you. Just take the memories that you're building right here in the park and leave with that. You don't have to cut everything down in your path so that, you can enjoy it. No, there's a certain time and place, and I think if you look at how nature is growing around us, we want to be
Yes.
able to embrace it. If we embrace it for what it is, we can actually occupy with gladness.
Oh, definitely, definitely. That kind of, you know, the verse that you put out, Psalms 96, 11 and 12, but on down a little bit further after it says, let the heavens rejoice and let the earth be glad, the sea roar and the fullness thereof. I got thinking of the fullness thereof. And a lot of times we get so busy, we get so caught up, we do not focus on the fullness thereof and what the earth and nature has for us.
Ooh.
I was kind of preaching there. I'm pulling up my podium, but then it goes on to say in that verse, in verse 12, let the field be joyful and all that therein. Then shall all the trees of the wood rejoice. Can you imagine? You know, you know, the Bible says, don't let the rocks cry out.
Right.
Give God praise. But scientists have actually found out that if you take a rock and you put him under a real sophisticated microphone, that rock actually makes noise. And so the thing is, nature could, and when the wind blows and stuff, it's almost like the trees are just praising God. And it's so neat to, get in those environments. Some people don't like rain, but I love just to watch it rain. As the water coming down, and of course, back in Noah's day, the ferment from the ground moisturized the ground and stuff. It never rained, and God told Noah, build a boat, build an ark. It's going to rain. I can imagine Noah saying, "What is rain? And what is rain?" And I'm sure God had to kind of explain to him, well, I'm going to let the clouds build up and the condensation, and it's going to rain for 40 days and 40 nights. Oh, and then lift the boat. Oh, okay. All right. I got you. Let's get this boat built.
Wow. As we talking about, that, just the rain is beautiful in itself. Yeah.
Yes.
It's just the concept of it, how it waters the earth. That is like, wow, who would even begin to think that someone would imagine that if this was handmade? I don't know, this would be a second thought. This wouldn't be an initial thought, right? But God initiated this from the very beginning. And I think all of it is just so priceless when you put it all together. And exuberant praises should come from us when we're looking at rainfall. We're looking at the trees swaying. We're looking at the sky and the ocean. Exuberant praises should really come from the inside. I want to read something that I have here in this environmental book.
Okay, sure.
It says here on page 66, much care is needed to precious and fragile gifts. When someone gives you a piece of artwork, you marvel at its beauty, right? As a form of appreciation, you carefully hang it up on the wall. Then, over the years, you make time to enjoy its beauty. As a matter of fact, you find greater depths of its beauty over time.
Wow.
So as time go on with that beautiful gift and that wall art that someone gave to you, you put it on the wall, but over time you see it's coming alive. You see more beauty come from it. Can you imagine if we decide, okay, I'm just going to not put wall and I'm going to just look out the window and allow that to be the beautiful picture that God painted for me at this time. And even as the seasons change and things, and animals climb up on the tree and you see whatever it is, or the rock that some people have as a view, or the ocean as you may have, whatever happens out there, it's like a painting in motion.
Oh, definitely.
Oh my goodness. It is so much like a painting. I just always think of the morning sky and the evening sky as a beautiful tapestry that God is painting right before our very eyes. The colors are changing. You just never know what the masterpiece would look like.
And then sometimes when those orange and those red colors and stuff like that, it gets your attention. You go, whoa. That's how I can't imagine somebody saying they don't know or they don't believe in God, a God that created all that masterpiece every day. I think of a river. One time I preached a sermon called Life is Like a River. The current is represented by the Holy Spirit because the Holy Spirit is always moving. And then sometimes in that river, you may go over a little bit of rapids, just a little bit of rough times in our life. We go over those rocks that cause the disturbance a little bit, but the current is still moving. But then sometimes you come to a waterfall. Sometimes we take that fall and it may be a crisis or something that's happened in our life. But then sometimes, as the river runs down through the valley, it erodes the shore a little bit and it widens. And so God is always changing. He's always in our behalf. But then there's some segments of the river, it may kind of get off into like a little bay or a cubby hole and no current there. The Holy Spirit is removed and that water begins to stink and stuff and stagnate. So we want to stay in the main flow, even though you go over the ripples and but then sometimes it's just smooth as glass, but the water is still, the current is still moving. And so, life is like a river.
It really is. Even in our prayer time last night, someone was talking about, even though there's stillness, they were actually praying.
Wow.
They said even in the stillness at the surface, there is still life, there's still action, there's still movement happening on the deeper level.
Wow. Definitely.
But, brief times of immersion into nature, brief moments when you just go in, even if it's for a breath of fresh air,
right.
Just to have a conversation, just to say, oh, I'm alive. Just to say, thank you, Jesus. Go into nature and be refreshed.
Right. And that's where we, of course we explore, but then there's sometimes that you just need to take that time and you bask.
Yes.
You celebrate, you get into that presence and just not only immerse, but you receive it, you take it to yourself. And and a lot of times, there again, being busy, running here to throw, bam, 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 moving, we miss those times. So I have to really schedule them. Yes.
Yeah, you have to. And I don't know, this morning I'm heading in and I'm looking at the sky and I said, wow, this is kind of gray, and this is really like my last name, Gray.
Right.
And then I said, well, okay, well, I'll just keep looking for the ray that's coming through. Dr. Curtis have taught me well.
That's right.
I'll just keep looking for the ray that's coming through the gray, and it just gave me hope.
Look at there.
Yeah.
My.
Yeah, you taught me well.
It's just like, you look at my name, mentor. I want to be that mint. I want to be that refreshment in everybody I come in contact with. And I do want to explore. I want to go into the TER. I want to go into the new territory. And so as I move along, I'm just going to make sure I got that T. I'm taking the cross with me. Yeah, there's mentor right there.
That's right. And that's a whole family in a nutshell. They are full of fragrance and flavor. And when you spend time with them, you never leave the same. You leave refreshed. Believe it or not, mint is refreshing.
Yes.
And that's your family right there. That's your family.
Look at there.
That's your family right there. So how do you reboot?
Well,
how do you revive?
Right.
How do you refuel? How do you find rest?
And even if we look at the word bask, take the B. Just be yourself, and then you begin to ASK. You begin to ask. Ask God where you need to go. Ask God where you need to take a break. Ask God where you need to go on an adventure. Ask God what you need to explore. Ask Him, and He'll tell you. But a lot of times we're just not asking. We're just doing the AS. We're just doing as is, normal, doing through the regular routine or whatever, not doing anything different. Even when you drive home a different way.
Right.
Even if it takes you a little bit longer, or you may even find a shortcut, but just do something different. Take that we might as well go ahead and do it. Just go ahead and every day pick up your basket and take it with you and get different things, add to your basket, take things out of your basket, and do this thing because you can do it.
You sure can. You sure can. We don't have to wait for a diagnosis or a problem to decide, oh, whoops, okay, let me, spend some time in nature. Let me use what they call now alternatives, which I think is original.
Right.
But we don't have to go to alternative measures. This could be the primary measure, right?
Exactly.
We have to think if God gave it to us, it is the standard. It is the standard. It is the thing that sets us apart. It is the only way, actually. And just to know that we would choose synthetic over real and natural. We would choose artificial in place of nature and natural. We would use things that are imitation, right? Instead of understanding that the real deal is the best. There is no fake, there's no phony. Just think about all the things that are artificial and we're using it. We're cheating. We're committing environmental adultery. We're committing crimes. Literally, we are literally finding other ways and denying what's proper and what's right and what's original and what's true and what's best for us for something that is quite similar to what MSG is like.
Right.
Seriously,
and it's like when we're looking at environmental, it's just like. If we're doing it the wrong way, we're messing up our mental state of being. We're adding the wrong kind of sauce to whatever, it's supposed to be. So, yeah, we got to do it right.
We got to do it right. And, we're going to take a break. Of course, we lose track of time quite easily when we're passionate and excited and talking about things that really do matter to us.
Right.
But we got to take a break. We'll be right back.
Broadcasting live from Atlanta. What's serving the entire globe? It's the fastest growing radio on the web. It's 106liveradio.com.
We're here early before they wake up. We stay late. We stay informed. We invest in the latest technology.
We take the time to train the next generation of doctors and nurses. We work together to make sure we heal their bodies and their minds.
We do this not because it's our job, but because this is about our veterans' lives. This is our mission. More than 300,000 of us working as one, together with families and loved ones. No matter where they live in this country, we'll be there.
We all come together and stand together to serve our veterans. We stand strong, united. Stand with us in caring for
Heart
our
attacks and
veterans.
strokes don't stay home. So don't avoid the ER out of anxiety. Don't die of doubt. If you have an emergency, call 911. When seconds count, the hospital is the safest place to be.
Wash your hands, avoid sick people, and touching your face. There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. Brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
This is the story of a very special woman. Just a few knew about her superpowers. In a matter of seconds, she turned herself into a great mathematician. She masqueraded as a regular person at work, but as a superhero at home. Everyone knows her as Gabriella. I still call her Mom.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need to help, complete with tips and resources at aarp.org/caregiving. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Right thinking, right living. How's your thinking today? Are you focused on the world's current situation and worried about the future? Or have you decided to keep hope alive? No matter how awful things appear, I hope you're determined to stand your ground, stay in faith, and keep trusting God. I hope you've decided to not dwell on negative thoughts, but to fill your mind and heart with positive things. If you need help today, contact us at Journey to Hope LLC, located at 4343 Shallowfoot Road, Suite 410, Marietta, Georgia, 30062, or call us at 470-377-3776. 1738. We can also be reached at our website at www.journeytohopellc.com.
Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and be sure to tell everyone else,
Ladies and gentlemen,
about 106liveradio.com.
This discussion is made possible through the Source of Wellness Ministries,
a ministry designed to promote balance between soul, spirit, body connection. At Source of Wellness, we believe optimum wellness is achievable. We encourage you to experience the difference with connection to the source.
As wellness enthusiasts, our focus is to live a well-balanced life that pleases the Lord Jesus Christ. A well-balanced life gives you direction. It keeps you on the right path that ultimately leads you to the fulfillment of your divine calling.
Our mission at Source of Wellness Ministries is to facilitate comfort, coach through wellness education, and empower you to live well, move well, and be well.
To get more information and to learn more about our ministries, who we are, our beliefs, and mission, please visit us online at sourceofwellness.org. Please email us at info@sourceofwellness.org.
Our book series and written testimony are all available on Amazon.com. We pray that you are inspired to live a full and abundant life, to aspire to wholeness and your overall health and wellness.
Hey, it's Kimberly with our checkpoint number 5, being refreshed. Being refreshed has different meanings to different people. The word itself means regain strength or energy, or to revive, renew, renovate, or restore. We all understand those words, but what they mean when applied to your life is deeply personal. When you restore something, the process starts by determining what it needs. Next is where you want to take it or what is broken. We wouldn't restore or refresh a painting and a stone wall in the same way. We really have to give it what it needs. What does that mean for us? We need to take some time to evaluate our lives. What areas are in need of renovation or restoration that you find? Also important is to learn to care for ourselves better and to set healthy boundaries. We must learn to say no so that we can offer our best selves. Sometimes we are overburdened, overstressed. We are just busy to be busy. We have taken on too much and neglected time to recover. It is time to stop praying to the God of busy, okay? Only filled pitchers can pour. You need to take time to refill and refresh yourself. Some ways are to stretch, move, breathe, create, paint, sing, or go outside and enjoy God's creation. That is definitely one way I refresh. I especially love the springtime. It starts getting warm, the trees start sprouting, all beautiful and pretty. I love to go for a walk in the sun with a nice breeze. I promise I can hear the sound of God's voice in the leaves. It's also important to take breaks throughout our day. Turn away from the screen, stand up, get a breath of fresh air, stretch. Practice breathing techniques to calm your nerves and your nervous system. Something that you might be able to try is breathing in through your nose for 5 seconds, holding it for 5 seconds, and then exhaling slowly through your mouth for 5 seconds. Do that a couple of times and see if you don't calm your nerves and feel a bit more refreshed. Refreshing can take many forms. It's as important to you that you find your way to refresh. It doesn't have to look like anybody else's. It really is matters what you need. Rest has always been part of God's plan. He created the Sabbath as a gift of rest for us. Find your rest and be your best. Stay healthy, guys.
Download the 106 Live Radio app. Click on the headphones and choose 106 Inspiration. Your time of refreshing has come.
Tinasha Gray Show presents 40-Day Wellness Journey, powered by 106 Live Radio. Hosted by wellness coach and marriage advocate Tinasha Gray. We encourage you to tune in for some empowerment with our special guest speakers. Daily, we broadcast at 10, to 2 p.m. simulcasting on 106 Inspiration and the Epic Radio. I'm Dr. Curtis Minter. I declare in your ordinary life, you will experience extraordinary and supernatural blessings from the Lord God Almighty.
Tinasha Gray is on your radio. 106liveradio.com, where excitement meets diversity 24/7.
And we are back on our 30-day wellness journey. We are exploring nature. As we talk about it, we find that there's so many precious things about the world in which we live. This planet is exquisite. There is no shortage of beauty. If you go just to let's just say, go to the aquarium and you take a look around, you will walk out amazed. We want to do that, right? Dr. Curtis, we want to take time to bask.
Oh, definitely. And, it's so neat even when you go to the ocean, you do a little bit of scuba diving, or you just, without the oxygen, you just go down and you look at the fish and stuff and you come back up. It's amazing how you can, the things that you can see and things that you can explore. But so we have to be adventurous. We have to, do something out of the norm. And I know we get these favorite places like we like to go to, but we need to break loose and go to other places that we haven't seen.
Right. And that's what it means to inquire, right?
Right.
When you're seeking after something a little bit more, you're investigating. We're talking about exploring nature. It means that you're going to have to be a scout. And Boy Scout and Girl Scout is not just for kids.
Exactly.
You're going to go out there and be inquisitive and just wonder, what is this? How is this made? Where did this come from? I remember when I first saw the acorn, I was looking at it intensely, this is tiny, but it came. It's like it came from that tree, and that's what it's all about. Really? It's an oak in the making?
Right.
I was intrigued by it.
And then you start tearing it open and peeling it and seeing the different layers and stuff. And then you go, oh, that's why the squirrel sits there and got the teeth going, tearing into that thing. Yeah.
Yes. And then that's why it also takes so long before it actually germinates and become a tree, because it has the potential to become great and huge.
Right.
So there's so many cool things as you investigate and you research and you find the time to scrutinize and explore nature on a different level. I'm not just talking about looking at it and saying, oh, wow, that's interesting. That is how it starts. But there is more. There is more to be done. You got to tackle it.
That's right.
I'm using terms that Dr. Curtis is familiar with.
Yeah, tackle it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Tackle it. Study it. Analyze it. Review its method. Review its purpose. When we do that, we explore.
Now, let me throw out a challenge right here. Have you ever went out in the woods and you looked around and you found an acorn that was half planted and it had a sprout coming up out of it? Have you actually looked at nature to that degree? If you haven't, this is your homework. This next week, you got to go out in nature and find your acorn that's actually fallen off the tree, and then the sprout is coming out of it that will eventually form another tree. But you have to go to that depths to be able to see that. And it's pretty neat to find them.
It really is. It really is. And I think there's so much. And, many times you can take that and you can find a lesson in it.
Yes.
and transfer that. Okay, where am I bursting out of my seam? Where am I growing?
Right.
What would I become if I feed and I water? What would that acre become if you continue to feed it and water it? And if you do nothing, God will water that thing for you.
Wow. He will definitely take care.
Just stay in the right environment.
He will do it.
Wow. Now we have to go in there and we reconnect with nature because there's so many lessons to learn. Be inquisitive, find, touch, smell. We talked about that earlier. Dr. Curtis was mentioning we have to take our fingers and poke that thing.
Yes.
Break it open, toss it, turn it, like find the lesson in it, feel the texture, feel the warmth, feel the heat, feel the coolness.
Wow.
There is so much to explore in nature.
Oh, definitely. And it's just like, when you get out there and you start seeing these things, I mean, even if you look at an ant hill and start studying the ant, how you see some of them going this way and some of them going that way. It seemed kind of chaotic, but they're all lined up for a purpose. And, and the Bible even says, study the ant. And the, ant is carrying two or three or four times bigger than him. And he's carrying it. And you're saying, how in the world the ant carrying that? Well, nobody told him he couldn't carry it. So the ant is carrying those things. And you put a crumb down and just watch it for a while. Them ants will show up. And boy,
that's it. That's it right there.
Yep.
They will take it to the next level.
And then some of the mounds that they can build. I mean, just coming up in your yard, a big old ant hill, just humongous. And that's been down there where they dug out the tunnel and then they brought the piece of dirt and they pile it on the top and they make this big old mound. It's incredible.
Yes. Yeah, we talked about that yesterday, Kimberly and I.
Oh, really?
We went into it, like the lessons that we learned from the ant. Oh, it was phenomenal. We talked all about how they are team oriented.
Right.
That they're not selfish or self-centered. They focus on the team because like you said, the crumb, you will find trails of ant coming and going, receiving and being blessed by what one would have found.
Right.
So they don't keep secrets, in that sense. And they understand when it's time to work and when it's time to rest.
Right.
So those are quite interesting things that we can poke around and find a little more information, talk about it, write about it, analyze it. We can entire sermons can be just on the ant itself.
Just yesterday, I saw seemed like it was half dried up. It was a worm on the sidewalk. And I took the time. I said, "Ooh, you don't need to be here. You're going to die." So I picked the little worm up and I put him over in the dirt into his natural habitat. And I think, if I was a betting man, well, I am a man of faith. I believe he survived, but he just caught himself on a material, on a surface where when the sun was coming down, it could have cooked him to death.
Wow.
And I saw him struggling and he may have not knew exactly where he was. So, take that time to help somebody. They may be on a surface. They may be on a plane, or they may be on a situation they can't handle and they're being scorched. Just kind of help them to get into the right area in their habitat and see how you feel. Mm-hmm.
Wow. When I hear you talk about that, I can only think of how you went down to the level of that worm.
Yes.
You went down to the level of the worm right there where it was lying, and you found a way to pick it up. It's almost like you wallowed in it. You spent time, you got your hands dirty in it.
Yes.
And that's what we have to do when we're talking about basking in nature.
Right.
It's getting down to its level and, playing with it, touching it, picking it up, helping it, nurturing it. Whatever God has placed in your path, let's not take it for granted. That is probably, Dr. Curtis, if I should say this, that is your gifting right there.
Yes.
How you went down to the level of the worm.
Yes.
And you took care of it. You would do that with any person.
Right, right,
You
right.
would care for them to that extent, to that level. And that is the beauty of seeing your gifting in the making.
Wow,
You can
wow.
explore nature and find that your gift is just, it follows you. You embody the person who helps and nurtures, and you put it to safety. That is just who you are. You've done that with the children. You and
Yes.
Miss Bobby, you've done that with the children in your lives, and will do it for a worm.
And and sometimes we have to do that. It's just like, I know a lot of people, if they see a penny on the ground, they won't pick it up. But I'm the type, I go ahead and pick up the penny, because if I pick up 10 pennies, I still got 10 cents, but it's 10 cents I didn't have or whatever. But I don't want to be lazy, and I'm just throwing it out there. Don't be lazy. As you're walking, if you see something, even even a piece of trash or whatever, right near is a trash can or whatever, help out the environment that you're in.
Yes. 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 Help the environment, and start in your own backyard. Listen, if we decide to do this thing, to the extreme, we wouldn't leave the house. We wouldn't leave the yard. We'll still be there. Like night and day will come. And I know someone who spends a lot of time in her garden, and she's like one of the most happiest people I know.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
And that's her therapy. That's her where she probably listens to God. That's where she's, doing things with her
Mhm.
hands and cultivating and we got to find put it this way, our niche.
Mhm.
And where, what makes you itch? What makes you scratch? Find that thing, because my wife comes and says, scratch my back, scratch my back, scratch my back. And because basically it says, I know the solution. We may need more lotion.
Okay.
but
Or more water.
yeah.
Yeah, because water hydrates your skin
Exactly.
as well.
So we got to find that itch. Find what you're passionate about. And so it might take some exploring. It may take some basking, and nature will help you.
Yes, yes, nature will help you. So there are tons of things we can do. You think it's raining outside? Go jump in that puddle of water.
Wow.
Yes,
Wow.
let's let the rain fall. Forget about your hair for once.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just do it one time. One time is enough, like decide because you got to go. You're going to still go, and just go in the rain.
Wow.
Just go in the rain. Just it's falling, right? Be one with nature at times. Allow it to have its course, and you get to participate in it. Dig the dirt. Don't be afraid. Plant a tree. Don't be afraid. Like go out there and do something that's different.
That's it.
Others are doing it. Find out why they like it so much, right? Like Dr. Curtis, build a bridge if God tells you to, right? Build a fort. You can build a fort. You can build a sandcastle.
Yes.
There, you like to do that. You can do a whole lot of building in nature. Build a tiny little tree house for the birds.
Yes.
Build something. And if not, just participate. Participate in nature.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
We could do it. We could do it. We could walk outside bare feet every now and then. Put our feet on the grass. Weather is nice, and and even if it's not, try it. All you'll do is just get your feet dirty and wet. You'll wash it off.
And who's to say, if it's wet and muddy, go out there, and if the temperature's right, put your feet in the mud. Get your feet a little dirty.
Yeah.
I mean, how long has it been since you got mud on your feet? I'm encouraging
right.
you. Just put them toes and rub it down in that mud and feel that grass or whatever.
Therapeutic.
or clover or whatever. And just be careful. You don't want to step on a sharp object or something like that. But feel the surface.
Yes, I think we're being spoiled.
Oh yeah.
Everything is concrete, and then having concrete is not enough. We have to put some type of laminate on the floor, on the ground, on the grass. We got to put fake grass because we don't want to walk on just raw. It's just we're so sheltered now these days that we just feel like everything has to be crisp and pretty. And it doesn't have to be that way. Nature still is just a part of who we are. David picked up 5 smooth stones when he was going to face the giant Goliath. And we have to think that it doesn't have to be a man-made bullet that we put in a gun to defy the odds of whoever is coming up against us. Yet it was the name of the Lord that he used to really, but he had stones in his hand. How many of us are thinking of picking up a stone? We're thinking of pulling the trigger, when there are weapons that God has already placed all around us. There is just think about it. Just think about it. Start a collection of something that's nature related.
And how long has it been since you went out there and picked up different kinds of a rock? You may not know the names or whatever, but look for some different stones and, put them in a vase or something. And, and then later on you look at the vase and say, hey, yeah, I remember I went out and picked up this rock and this rock and this rock, go get some rocks.
That is pretty cool. When we come back, we're going to talk about that. I'll shoot some questions out to Dr. Curtis and he'll do the same.
All right.
We'll be right back. Stay connected.
It's the Tinasha Gray Radio Show on 106liveradio.com. Experience the difference.
Broadcasting live from Atlanta while serving the entire globe. It's the fastest growing radio on the web. It's 106liveradio.com.
Before we celebrate the freedom most Americans have, we must fight for the freedom all Americans deserve. Because no matter your religion, gender, disability, age, race, all lives can't matter until Black lives matter.
Educating parents and caregivers about the importance of making oral hygiene a priority at every age is essential. Anytime is a good time to talk about nutrition, brushing habits, flossing, and the importance of fluoride. Families that follow good oral health together are more likely to inspire children to adopt healthy habits that last a lifetime. Please visit www.adha.org/NCDHM for more information. This message was sponsored by Dre Patrick, host of Foreign Matters, every Saturday from 12 to 2 p.m. right here on 106liveradio.com.
Olivia from Washington. Laid off and trying to keep our little kids from realizing that mommy and daddy haven't eaten in a while.
Roger from California. I'm grateful we could afford our son's surgery. I'm nervous that now we can't really afford food.
Daniel from California. Choosing whether to pay the rent or pay to fix the car to get to work doesn't leave us with much at all. Now we can't even pay for meals.
Donna from Louisiana. The storm just hit, and we went from donating to the food bank to needing it.
Keisha from South Carolina. I've been skipping meals so my 2 kids can eat, but filling up on water doesn't really work.
Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
If you're worried your friend may be struggling, remember, you don't have to be there to be there.
You can say, how are you, or get a fake tattoo. You can ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat on the game, kick off your flip-flops. You can ask on your couch while you binge watch. Whatever gets you talking.
Reach out to a friend about their mental health. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, and the JED Foundation.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Are you thinking of changing your marketing strategy? 106 Live Radio is the solution you need to promote your goods and services. For a limited time only, we are offering special advertising rates on our fast-growing radio network. We can also help you create an audio commercial or a website banner that fits your business needs. It is just that simple. Visit our website at 106liveradio.com for details.
Bringing you the best shows and music 24/7 on your favorite radio. It's 106liveradio.com.
This discussion is made possible through the Source of Wellness Ministries,
a ministry designed to promote balance between soul, spirit, body connection. At Source of Wellness, we believe optimum wellness is achievable. We encourage you to experience the difference with connection to the source.
As wellness enthusiasts, our focus is to live a well-balanced life that pleases the Lord Jesus Christ. A well-balanced life gives you direction. It keeps you on the right path that ultimately leads you to the fulfillment of your divine calling.
Our mission at Source of Wellness Ministries is to facilitate comfort, coach through wellness education, and empower you to live well, move well, and be well.
To get more information and to learn more about our ministries, who we are, our beliefs, and mission, please visit us online at sourceofwellness.org. Please email us at info@sourceofwellness.org.
Our book series and written testimony are all available on Amazon.com. We pray that you are inspired to live a full and abundant life, to aspire to wholeness and your overall health and wellness.
And we are back right here on 106liveradio.com. This is a place where excitement meets diversity 24/7. We're starting off on a good note today. Even in this segment, we are coming in with what we call a quiz, a trivia, more of a challenge, if you will. But I'm shooting out some questions to Dr. Curtis right here. Dr. Curtis, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, he's ready. So, questions about nature. I'm just gonna see what it is you say. You throw one back at me, I'll throw one back at you, and we'll keep going in that fashion.
So we're going to play tennis. Yeah, tennis.
We can play tennis. This is tennis. It's going to be all about nature, just shooting out questions, yes or no answers. All right. So I would say, have you ever followed an ant trail?
Oh, yes, definitely. Yeah.
All right.
Studied them ants all the way to where they go and when they come back. And I mean,
okay.
It's fun sometimes to throw an ant off course and watch the ant go back to where it was going, because I guess some radars. I don't know. I think ants have something to do with radio. You know, they got them antennas.
Okay. Yeah.
Have you ever collected different types and different color of leaves?
I did it one time.
Okay.
I was into pressing leaves.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's pretty neat where you can laminate them and restore the color and stuff.
Yeah.
And it was pretty neat when I was telling the boys about, you know, when the leaves turn colors, they're actually dying. And they go, why do they gotta die?
I know.
And I said, well, that's where some others can be born and stuff. But it was a pretty good little teaching thing of nature.
Okay. Have you ever gone on a backyard bird watching expedition?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Of course, that's kind of easy. And I know even sometimes, you know, maybe it's just from the window for the view that we have, all kind of different birds and stuff. But it's better to go out there and actually watch them for sure.
Okay.
Have you ever studied or looked at the different blades of grass?
No, I have not.
Well, it's interesting because, you know, it's kind of like people. It's not everybody's treated equal. There's all different kind of blades of grass, and you know, there's you got all kind of grass, but it's neat to see the different structures of grass. And it's kind of like the boys, they like go picking the wild flowers and bring them to Mommy Bobby.
Okay, how about rock painting? Did you ever painted rocks?
I did paint a couple of rocks in my day, and actually I have a rock that I acquired from somewhere. It's painted, and I got it right there at the corner of my driveway. I actually moved it yesterday. Look at there. You asked me a question about that.
Wow, how precise.
Have you ever looked at, not so much a study or not no collection of it, but looked at the different tree bark? You got the pine tree, you got the oak tree, you got maple tree, you got all kind of different trees. Have you really looked at the different bark on a tree?
I've looked at a couple, but not the ones you talked about.
Right, okay.
I've looked at cinnamon and mauby.
Right.
I've looked at some barks, but those are quite interesting
now,
too.
Is sugarcane
is
a type of tree?
It is a plant, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
a plant.
Yes.
Because I remember, man, they would peel that thing and we'd suck on that sugar cane.
Had my fair share of sugar canes.
Okay.
Yes, yes. Question for you.
Okay.
What about snow? What I would say, did you ever build a snowman?
Oh, definitely built snowman, and
man, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Made a carrot for the nose and some buttons for the jacket and all that kind of stuff, and little tree limbs for the arms and stuff.
Right. Very good. Very good.
Have you ever ate snow?
I've tasted it.
Yeah,
confession.
Okay.
All of us, my children, yeah, we've tasted it, but I wouldn't taste it anymore.
Now, it was long time ago, but if you could get the snow, there was a time or two that we actually made snow ice cream. But it had to be the pure snow and stuff. So
okay. And how pure is that? Because from my understanding, it is, once it comes down through the air, it picks up pollution. It's filthy.
Well, nowadays probably, but this was back when it was more pure, maybe.
Okay. What you got for me?
Have you ever looked at the different colors and different grains of dirt?
Not to a great deal of extent. I've looked at it just a tiny bit because I've seen red, I've seen brown, I've seen clear to some degree, and I've seen some with gold dust in it.
Right,
like a dusting of something that's amazing embedded in the mud. So yeah, to a tiny degree.
Okay, all right, cool.
Okay, shoot one out, and then we'll take a break.
Okay, let's see. Have you ever had any experience with the big old beetles, the bugs that have the big old wings and stuff? They're huge.
Sequoias? No, I haven't.
Okay.
I don't care for those too much.
Yeah.
One question for you.
Okay.
How about cloud watching? Do you enjoy
watching?
Cloud watching?
Cloud. Oh yeah. And we kind of make a game of that when we're even in the car, because we're seeing, that, oh, this cloud looks like a giraffe, or could be an angel, or a dog, or whatever. Yeah.
Right.
Clouds are amazing.
They are. There's so many amazing things that we can enjoy here on Earth. Let's keep doing that. We'll be right back. We'll continue with this whole questionnaire in just a little bit.
Download the 106 Live Radio app. Click on the headphones and choose 106 Inspiration. Your time of refreshing has come. Streaming live from Atlanta to a global audience on your favorite device. From Source of Wellness Media, we are 106inspiration.com.
The Tinasha Gray Radio Show. On 106 Live Radio. Experience the difference.
Wake up and breathe in deeper than yesterday. Take on the morning like your soul's been remade. Roll down the windows, let your cares fly away. Good things are yours to claim, you don't have to wait. All across the sky, new mercies rise, and the future's bright. This is a new day, everything's bursting with hope, coming alive. This moment, you got a freedom, no looking back anymore. Open your eyes, it's coming. This is a new day. The old is gone away, this is a new day. Don't let it slip away. Go on and reignite impossible dreams. Become the one you never thought you could be. Woo! All across the sky, new mercies rise, and the future's bright. Oh, this is a new day, everything bursting with hope, coming alive. This moment, you gotta breathe. No looking back anymore. Open your eyes, it's coming. This is a new day. The old is gone away. This is a new day. Don't let it slip away. This is a new day. The old is gone away. This is a new day. Don't let it slip away. Love hasn't given up on you. Love hasn't given up on you. Love is making the old things new today and every single day. Love hasn't given up on you. Love hasn't given up on you. Love, yeah. 1, 2, 3. New day. This is a new day. Everything bursting with hope, coming alive. This moment, you gotta breathe. No looking back, open your eyes. It's coming. This is a new day. The old is gone away. This is a new day. Don't let it slip away. This is a new day. The old is gone away. This is a new day. Don't let it slip away. This is a new day.
It's the Tinasha Gray Radio Show, brought to you by Source of Wellness Ministries, counseling and wellness education. Live well, move well, and be well.
Tinasha Gray Show presents 40-Day Wellness Journey, powered by 106 Live Radio. Hosted by wellness coach and marriage advocate Tinasha Gray. We encourage you to tune in for some empowerment with our special guest speakers. Daily, we broadcast at 10 to 2 p.m. simulcasting on 106 Inspiration and the Epic Radio. I'm Dr. Curtis Minter. I declare in your ordinary life, you will experience extraordinary and supernatural blessings from the Lord God Almighty.
Tinasha Gray is on your radio. 106liveradio.com, where excitement meets diversity 24/7.
Right here on 106 Live Radio. This is a place where excitement meets diversity 24/7. We're talking about nature, exploring, basking, enjoying. Whatever we do, we know that it is a gift. Earth is a gift. All that we see right now, it's really a temporary home for us. So we have to enjoy it to the fullest, I believe. Make the most of every opportunity right here, right now. Because there's coming an end, folks. When the time is over, you should have made the most of it. Time change, seasons change. And when they do, if you were a child, you were playing in it. When you get older, you don't want to have nothing to do with it. And then you miss it, right? So I think just make the most of it all whenever you have the opportunity. That's my philosophy. Dr. Curtis?
Yes, and it is a gift, and that's why we want to be always encouraging you to, get out there and do something different, explore and, bask in the nature and, kind of get out of the rut sometimes and smell the roses and, put your feet on the ground and just get out there and do something different. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's talk about different. Let's see what it is that you like versus what you don't like. Which do you prefer? Do you prefer bugs or bees?
Bugs or bees? Well, it probably depends on what kind of bugs and what kind of bees, but I'm not real, I guess I would rather stay away from the bugs because I can probably handle the bees a little bit better, because I'll move and get out of the way. And, now if they start chasing me, would rather deal with some bugs, but
Okay.
yeah, I'd rather go that way.
All right, what you got for me?
I was thinking, would you rather go like tubing down a river, just nice and easy, or would you rather go on one of those, where you got about 8 people on a raft and you go over the rapids and you have to use the paddles and you got a guide and it's up and down and it's so which one would you rather do?
Tubing is by myself.
Well, no,
tubing is with others.
Well, you can be, same group of people if you're
Okay.
tubing or whatever, but the raft, does take about 8 people or so, and they go white water rafting. It's,
I have not done any of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have not done any of them, but if I had to choose to do, I probably would do the tubing. There is very little work. I can focus on maintaining my composure so I don't fall off.
Yeah. You just stay in the tube and you just go the current just carrying you down.
Okay.
And I've done both. I like both of them. So yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Would you prefer a rat in the kitchen or a roach in your bed?
Probably a rat in the kitchen because I know I could get a mouse trap and eventually we'd catch it. Especially, if you use those little sticky pads, they'll climb on there and
really?
Rat? We've caught quite a few like that.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
The roach in the bed?
No? Yeah. We wouldn't want the roach in the bed. No.
Okay.
Would you rather, just go be on the side of a lake and fish that way, or would you rather go out and go deep sea fishing? Actually, as you go out in the ocean and you kind of take they kind of you got some people on the boat and catch big fish, or you get into a school of fish or whatever.
Okay.
Would you rather go deep sea fishing or just kind of fish from a side of a lake?
I think deep sea would be fun. Obviously, I'm not by myself again, so there's a ton of people with me. I think it'll be fun.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty stable on the ocean.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got into where we got a lot of I think they called them what was that fish? Well, anyway, Spanish mackerel. We caught them. Man, we was catching them left and right.
Too.
Yeah.
All right. Do you prefer to take the highway to get to your destination or the scenic route?
Well, it depends on if there's traffic on the highway, and it depends on how quick I can get there. But,
no traffic.
No traffic. Okay, so Normally, I would probably just still do the highway, but I like the scenic route also. But so it's kind of up or down with that. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I know off the air we talked about sunset, but would you rather have a beautiful sunset, see that, or a beautiful where the moon is just glowing and it lights up everything, and you may have a few clouds or whatever, but it's dark, but you got a beautiful view of the moon? Or would you rather see the sun? Sunset or moon?
Wow, that's a hard choice right there. Woo. That's a hard choice. I would have to go with the sunset though.
Okay.
Yeah, because there seem to be I don't know, sunset, there's radiance all around it. Yeah, the moon speaks to me personally that
Yes.
there's a light that's guiding me, right? But I'll choose the sunset.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, I've used the moon and the Earth and making a picture story, like, because really the moon does not give off a light. The moon is a reflector.
Reflection, huh?
And so, really, we're if you're looking at us, we should be that reflecting light of the sun.
Of the sun.
And that gives warmth to the earth. And so the earth is where we're really helping other people. But we need to be that moon where we're reflecting that light and so.
Okay. Wow. All right. So do you prefer living by the ocean or living in the mountains?
Ooh, that's a tough one there. But if I had my pick, I would rather have a real nice place right by the ocean where I could just walk right down to the ocean and be in that atmosphere. Yeah.
Wow.
What about you? Would you rather live by the beach, or would you live up in the mountains?
I'll choose the beach.
Okay.
I'll choose the beach.
All right.
Yeah, I'll choose the beach.
All right.
But there's so many different dynamics to that. I've had the best of both worlds, I guess.
Right.
And I like what I have now, which is the mountains, but which is kind of like, that rural thing. But the ocean, it's something different. There's a freedom too. I don't know. I like it all.
Right. Would you rather live in a skyrise in a busy city, or would you rather live in the country?
The country. I'll take the country.
You take the country.
I'll take the country any day.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I'll go to the city for vacation.
Right. Okay.
Okay, let me get you here.
Uh-oh.
Hot sun or cold temperature?
I would rather be hot than cold.
Mm.
Any day of the week, 24/7.
What?
I would rather be hot than cold.
You're like me.
Oh.
Okay. Wow. Your family feels the same?
Definitely, Miss Bobby would rather be warm and cold.
Okay.
We wrestle over the thermostat. I say, now is that program? I say, I'm going to put a box on that because she likes to jack it up because she came in from the cold or whatever, and she likes to jack it. I said, no, you got you let your body adjust, but I think she'll get it.
Okay.
Later on. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Would you rather, let's see, I had one, I lost it. Would you rather have a bunch of different, really outstanding fruit to eat, or would you rather have on this other side just some plain fruit, everyday fruit, or whatever? Which one would you rather have?
I'll go for the interesting fruit.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll try something new.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I love to try new things.
Okay.
So I'll go for the maybe, I don't know, the strange fruit. There's some really strange fruit in the Asian culture.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
I'll try one of those.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Would you prefer having internet over AC?
Let's see. Internet over AC. Now, if I'm pulling from my nature point of view here,
you need the
AC. probably need the AC, because I think we're spoiled there. Yeah, because I could do, it'd be hard, but I could do without the internet.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I enjoyed just talking about this whole thing as to exploring and basking. You got one more question for me?
No, I'm out.
You're good. You're
out.
You tapped out. He's tapped out.
I'm tapping out.
He tapped out. Okay. All right. I have one more question for you. Would you prefer be locked up in jail or be released in the woods as a caveman?
Wow.
Ah!
I think I would rather be like a caveman. I think
really?
I would rather go out there and to be able to explore and get some things because I think I can handle that. I think I could really do that.
Okay. Say no more. Say no more. You get fed in jail. You don't have to worry about food.
But you know what
shelter.
jail is? You know what jail is, right?
What is it? Tell me.
Jail is jar attitudes in line.
Okay.
So jail is just a timeout situation.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what prison is, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Pry.
No, you tell me.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Prison is pry in the sun. So it's a time to actually look at your life and you have to, through the power of prayer, you pry in the righteousness of the Son of God to get some things straight because you didn't have it straight on the outside. So you got to get it straight on the inside.
Wow.
Ooh,
that is powerful.
That's my jail ministry and prison ministry 101 right there. Okay. Jail and prison.
Wow. That is quite interesting.
So we can go ahead and send out certificates because everybody that's listening right now or listen to us down the road, get their certificate. Yeah.
Okay. Listen, this has been super fantastic. Wonderful time just exploring nature, basking in it, getting to understand what others prefer, right? Versus what we might prefer. And so as we talk about this, we encourage you to go for it and spend some time in nature. Do things that you haven't done before. Find a way to just intertwine, be immersed, get into it, get your hands dirty, your feet dirty, be a part of it and see how much different it will make you feel. We want you to experience a difference. As we connect to the source of wellness, we're talking about the source of environmental wellness today. Any final thoughts, Dr. Curtis? How can people connect with you?
Well, I want you to hike to my website, which is power-in-names.com. And just kind of, you can look at some of the DVDs, some of the CDs, and kind of look at some of our stuff. You can look at our book. You can look at some pages and even some of the websites that's connected to it. And I want you to walk. Get out and walk to my Facebook page and look up Curtis Mentor. That's how you can kind of keep up with me. And then I want you, not only that, I want you to look at some things different. Look at us on Sundays when we're here doing from 4 to 5 power and names. I want you to be able to look at your name and look at some things different. So give us a call and that's how you stay in contact with us. So we want you to explore and we want you to bask in the goodness that Dr. Curtis has for you. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, thank you so much for being here and helping us carry the message to individuals as we walk and talk on this earth that we really get to prepare for eternity right here on this side of it. So again, God's blessings. Have a fantastic afternoon. We'll continue here on the Tinasha Gray Show. Connect with us. 106liveradio.com.
It's the Tinasha Gray Radio Show.